Hello and welcome to another update video on Ethereum. I'm here on the daily time frame and you can see that the price continues to move in this price channel to the downside. You know, I'm very open to the idea that we can form a low at any time because Ethereum is kind of in this area where historically, you know, when the market was oversold, at least a somewhat larger bounce occurred. Also here, for example, in June 2025, but there isn't anything on the smaller time frame that tells me at this point that a reversal is unfolding to the upside. Certainly worth watching though. So I continue to track this pattern here to the downside in an ABC structure, and the C wave would be a 5-wave move. So I can treat this here, for example, as an A, B, C in wave A. Then we have a B, and this C wave to the downside is wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5. So a 5-wave decline, and we could be kind of in the late stages of this third wave to the downside, which can of course stretch out a bit, but this is currently what I'm tracking here in wave 3 to the downside. And once this third wave is done, we need to get a fourth wave. Ideally, you know, no, we don't need to, but if it's a C wave, yeah, we should really, and then one more low. Now, if this is something more complex, maybe a WXY structure, the low could form a little earlier, yeah. Or if I adopt a slightly different way of counting it, interpreting it. But again, we need to see a break above resistances. I'm not convinced yet that a low is in. Certainly the upside reaction that we've seen after the Nvidia earnings yesterday, okay, I don't want to say it's promising yet because we haven't broken any resistance and we're still moving down lower. So it's too early to say, I think, that a low has formed, but it's still something I'm watching, of course, yeah. I have to repeat again, I am not overall bearish, yeah. You'll find a lot of people who say that, you know, it's like collapsing, we now go down for a year. I don't necessarily believe that at this point. There are still bullish scenarios that can play out, and the decline looks rather corrective, which means in 3 waves, which means there is some room for further upside still. And so I think at the moment we just have to be patient, let this correction play out. Next support is around $2,626. Let's take a look at the smaller time frame for Ethereum as well. And you see that the microstructures are starting to get really choppy and ugly and messy. I mean, really ugly. Okay, so the movement to the downside here is getting super choppy. Right? Now, it's important to understand that in this move to the downside, we have, yeah, you could say a 5-wave move that could be unfolding. I said already a few days ago that, you know, this 5th wave, the next fib level is around 2,620. But this 5th wave would be quite extended. So I'm not quite sure if we really get there, but I can treat it as 1, 2, A, B, C in wave 3, wave 4, wave 5. Super choppy. It will likely change on the nano level, but the wave count gives us resistance levels. So the first resistance area I'm watching is here between 2,982 and $3,104. This is the first micro resistance area to watch. As long as we stay below this resistance zone, the pressure remains to the downside. If we get a break above it, that is the first indication that a low of sorts is in place, but it's too early to confirm a meaningful low. You see, we are currently, you know, kind of reacting to resistance again a little bit. The price is struggling. That's kind of the same resistance area we had here already. The price got rejected and moved down, yeah. So it was just a rejection here also around the 78.6 fib level. Obviously I deleted that resistance area that we were watching over the last few days, but it held, and so this is simply the next one. But you see that the buyers are starting to come in. I mean, compared to what we had here, yeah, in this strong decline, and also what we had, for example, here and here, you see that the structure is changing a bit. So you see it's getting much more ugly and choppy, which means that the bears are still leading, but the buyers are starting to come back. That is something that we need to be aware of, okay? So, but that is too early it's still too early to confirm a reversal to the upside. Of course, stay close to it. That gives you our resistance levels, and in terms of next support, I would pay attention to the lower boundary line of the trend channel and the $2,618 level or $2,620 level. For a really meaningful reversal signal to the upside, we need a break above the upper boundary line of our trend channel. That's the update on Ethereum. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you're interested in additional updates, I recommend that you also check out our X channel for additional updates. Here, updates, there you go. For additional updates, news, and much more. There are, chart updates, memes, all sorts of things. You can connect to the community there. Check it out. I'll leave a link in the comment section for you guys. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.